Hello everyone and welcome to Console Speed Tier 2. My name is Thomas, next to me is Pure Blades, we're at Bahrain. It is tonight and then is the first one out of the pits to start the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pure Blades, welcome.
Good evening, mate. Happy to be here again. Hopefully some good action. It was a very good race last night, as I understand, to watch. Didn't have such a good race myself, but hopefully this can live up to Tier 3.
Yeah, definitely. Last week we were at Russia. It wasn't quite a very interesting race like we used to in Tier 2, so hopefully they can put up a good race tonight.
Yeah, that's Russia, so it can be forgiven.
Yeah, it's Russia.
Boring
It's not
track,
used
so,
for their
yeah.
great racing and battling. So yeah, hopefully Bahrain can give us a little bit more action, especially a lot more overtaking possibilities here at Bahrain. So yeah.
There is 3 hairpins, 3 tight braking zones on this track where you can get it done. Two or three DRS straights. I believe it's 3 this year. But a lot of places to get the overtakes done.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Dennis, the first one out. Veramir is out as well. Let's get the tires up. And let's see. People going out on the softs. People going out on the hard tires. Yeah, I think the medium tires where you want to start on this track. I'm not really familiar with the strategy. I think the soft tires are not the preferred tire around here.
Depending on how well you can manage your tyres, a soft to medium is a good strategy. Sort of pitting about lap 5 for the softs, and then taking the mediums 12 laps on both stints. But if you can get up there qualifying on the mediums, then a medium to hard one stop is going to be what you want.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say medium to soft is going to be possible unless you can really look after your tyres.
Yeah, looking after your tires is really a big thing around here. I think if you can manage your tires really well, you can get a big advantage over your opponents.
Yeah. Tyre wear, obviously completely different to last week at Russia. The 2 completely different tracks in the terms of tyre wear. Russia just feels like you've got no degradation at all. The mediums were lasting sort of up to 20 laps, and the softs were doing at least 10. So around here, that'll be much different. Softs going about 5 to 8 laps, and mediums 12 to 15, roughly.
Yeah.
And there's Robin.
There's
Sadly
Robin.
going to miss qualifying and start at the back of the grid.
Yeah, he can select a.
He will indeed have his own setup, yeah. So
Yeah, I think that's really good. They adjusted that
shouldn't be
one.
too awful for him from the back. Obviously, a choice of strategy.
Yeah, he's able to at least make his way up through the field again.
Yeah, Robin is a quick guy.
Let's see who is on a lap now. Perry just started his lap as there is a Red Bull. There was Roland. He spun off, so that's a shame for him. Going back to Perry, who is on a quick lap right now.
Oh, and Don Ammo's gone. I wonder where that was.
That's a shame for Dynamo. It says yellow in sector 3. Oh, he lost it at the blank curb.
Blank curve.
Yep. It's the end for Dynamo without a lap, so he's probably starting at the back of the grid. And that's going to be a shame for him. Going back to Perry now. He's coming up to blank curve as well. Let's see, very slippery track. Really easy to lose it around there. Don't want to touch that curb on the inside. This one you can touch. And coming up to the back straight, up to the last turn before start finish straight. He's got a Ferrari ahead of him, I think. Maybe he can use it as a little bit of a marker. Won't be close enough to get slipstream from it. On the curb, a good enough exit. Opening DRS up to the line, and Perry puts in. 127.7, which puts him up to P3 together with his teammate in P2. But Arbar in the Williams leading so far with a 127.4.
That was the Ferrari of Dan, and doing more than one lap on those hard tyres before coming in. He has improved by almost a second on his second lap, so
Then
it should be
probably,
interesting to see what he can do on the mediums and or the softs.
yeah, I think he's just trying to get into the rhythm, try to get used to the hard tires, and then when he puts on the medium tires, those will feel a lot better. Will get more confident every single lap, and then I think he can put in an absolute banger on the medium tires. But he said to me earlier that the Ferraris were looking confident, so let's see what they can do. Tresse in P6 and himself in P8 doing a really solid job. Let's see, Two-Spell just started his flying lap as well. Missed a little bit of the apex coming out of turn 1, but looks decent coming through turn 2 and turn 3. And when he's up to first sector line, Steve. When you're late to the chat and the first thing you hear is Thomas saying this one you can touch. Yeah, it was probably a misplaced sentence, but
Is Dan gonna come in? No, Dan's staying out another lap.
he's pushing now. ERS mode 5, so he's going for a quick lap once again, I think. Let's see what Tuspel can do. He's improving by 2/10 so far. So he's looking to gain 1 position so far, but on the hard tire, so probably won't be really a competitive time. And Ricky's hosting us at the moment, so that's really generous thing to do. Thank you very much, Ricky. And Titch is in the chat with the Two-Spot fan club, so
Did you
this
want an
one is for you.
invite to race engineer, or? Because I would have done. So
If you can invite him, you can invite him because we got space left to.
I don't think I can. I think Two-Spell has to do it. Plenty of space, Titchy, if Two-Spell wants his race engineer back.
Let's see Groen on the soft tire now, coming up to the last turn. Let's see what he can do. I'm up to the line now, waiting for the DRS to get open. ERS mode 5, ran out of ERS just before the line, but he puts in a 128.9. Brings him up to P8, just in front of Dan in the Ferrari.
And I missed Dan's Sector 2 split, but I can imagine he might be faster. Here he comes.
He's not improving. He did exactly the same time.
Exactly the same time. So, consistency from Dan.
And Jacob, he is out on the, well, on the left hand side of my screen it says hard tire. But
He's on mediums, mate, so...
oh, okay,
he's on
fair enough.
mediums.
Yeah, on my screen he's on mediums as well, but the left hand side says he's on hard tires. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he can do on the mediums. But it's, I think, a little bit early for him to go on to the mediums, as there is a Haas
It was a
of
Haas, I
Dan
believe,
Robbo who
Matty
lost
Robbo.
it.
Oh,
No,
Dan.
Maddie Robbo
Yeah,
lost
Matty.
it at blank curve as well. So yeah.
Jacob taking a wide approach into blank curve, making sure he doesn't bin it on his outlap. And here he comes to start his lap. The championship leader by 34 points.
Yeah, he really put up a good show so far this season. I think a lot of people didn't see him as a title contender, but he's turning out to be one this season. He's doing a really solid job.
Titchy, don't you dare.
Jacob now, he is up on his time by 3.5 tenths. So he's currently looking to get at least into P4. Maybe he can improve on that one. On the medium tires, of course, with the soft runners ahead of him. He's trying to get better of them.
I didn't notice, but Dan Robbo just snuck in a lap time of 128.1 on the mediums. Hadn't seen that until I looked across at Jacob's time, so...
Yeah, but Jacob's gonna smash that time. 128.1.
Wide approach into blank curve again. He's 6 tenths up. This would put him third, I believe. Yeah, this would put him third.
Fruitful in the chat as well. Good to see him up there. As Jacob is coming to the line. What can the McLaren do? Puts it on pole with a 127.4 on the medium tires. Brilliant job by Jacob, and he will be happy about that one.
Very impressive on the medium tyres, getting 2/10 in that last sector. So, very impressive lap from Jacob.
As we go on board with Perry now on the soft tire. He is trying to put in another lap. Let's see what his first sector time looks like. He's coming up to sector 1 line now.
Jacob gets out of the way for the Toro Rosso. Oh, that was the Ferrari. It was Dracer, actually.
He's a 10th up. So he's trying to attack the time of his teammate as he loses it on the curb coming out of turn 5, I reckon it is. And that's a lap over. Tires out of the window for Perry.
And he has to waste more time getting back into the pits, putting more tyres on. And there's the race engineer for Two-Spell.
Two-Spell in a disappointing P13. That's not where you want to be. With his teammate in P17, who is on his outlap now, to be fair. Although he's in ERS mode 3, so maybe he is pushing already. No, doesn't look like it.
I think maybe he's just forgotten to turn his ERS down.
Barry's in ERS mode 0. Is he going for another lap, or is he coming in the end of this lap? I think it's better for him to go in, because he won't have time when it goes on. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's coming in smart move.
Two-Spell's gone. Two-Spell has gone. Was that blank curve? I think it was.
Let's see, we go on board with Maddie now. Is there a Red Bull in the way? Yes, it is. I see the... I think he lost the blank curve as well. Yeah, another victim.
Well, that is that's not what Tichy wanted to see upon joining the lobby.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing he saw when he joined the lobby. Two-Spell crashing into the wall.
Which is a shame for Two-Spell. He's one of the nicer guys in the league.
Definitely, yeah.
It's always nice to see him qualify and do well, but I will say, since Dan always does it to Cookie, Dan has said he's quietly confident about this week, about today, so hopefully see him improve that P12, maybe into the top 10.
Yeah, you expect him to do so if he says he's confident. His teammate certainly doing a really good job in P4 with a 127.6, but the fact that Jacob is in P1 on medium tires says a lot about his pace tonight.
And Drace is backing out of his lap. He was cruising towards the end, so will not beat it this time.
This is the moment where it's very quiet on track. Everyone's waiting for the right time to go out of the pits again.
I believe the next man who can beat Jacob is Sergey.
Yeah, he's on outlet now. Crowan is pushing as well, but
Crowan wants to pull some out.
I don't see Crowan beating Jacob his lap time, to be fair. Gavy's in. Ooh, Jacob left.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Crowan comes up to the line. 127.9. Puts him just behind his teammate in P7. Good job from Crowan.
And Sergey comes down the back straight onto the main straight. The pit straight here. DRS open. ERS in hot lap.
Better for him to put in an overtake, which he does now. This is not the right time to put in an overtake. He should have done it start of the straight, but fair enough. Uses overtake now for the little straight. puts open DRS. Let's see what his sector 1 time is looking like. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him with people going out to put in their final lap, so you need to watch out for that one, as he is not up on his time, so he needs to improve. He won't have time enough to come back.
Disappointing few races recently for Sergey. He's not been the usual Terminator that we expected him, and that he was in Russia. But hopefully we'll see a good performance out of him now. How he was in Australia. Excuse me.
Yeah, it seems like that Sergey is having troubles when he is not leading the race. When he's up there in front, he can really cruise away, just right through the victory. But when he's in the midfield, he really struggles to get his way through. So
Nice.
maybe that could be a thing. But now, coming through the last 2 turns, let's see if he can improve. Low on fuel, low on ERS. With everything he has, comes up to the line. It's gonna be interesting to see what he can do. Puts in 1:27.0 for Sergey. He improved a lot.
Beat it. Jacob will not be able to beat it. So
Nope.
Sergey on provisional pole for
Look
now.
at this. 2 Williams working together. R5 getting slipstream of Fallen on the start-finish straight. So R5 is trying to get in front of Sergey again. But he got a Mercedes of Racer in front of him.
And I will keep an eye on our bar. Half a tenth down on his time. So he's going to need to improve that if he wants to challenge Sergey.
Yeah, I think he struggles with the dirty air from Racer in front of him.
But he might get the slipstream down the straight. Or is he just a bit too far behind?
I think you can notice the difference here with the slipstream. Of going through the corners, you will get a lot of dirty air, especially through here where you need the downforce. I think he's gonna really struggle to get the car turned into the corners. Let's see.
He's
Missing the apex there, second to last corner. He will get some slipstream of Racer now, but will it be enough to put it on pole position?
It's 0.4 of a second. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
We'll get a lot of slipstream now.
Don't think he's going to be
Nope.
able to do it. He
didn't even beat his time. Let's see Perry on a hot lap as well. He is 1.5 tenths up on his time. Didn't lose it this time on the curb. So he's looking for an improvement, and he needs to. In P6 won't be happy about P6. He wants to improve. Going through the double left-hander, tricky and easy to look up. Opening DRS on the back straight. Clean air in front of him, so he should be able to improve on this one. Let's see what his second sector looks like. Watch out for the blank curve. He's avoiding it really nicely. Hitting the apex. This is looking like a really solid lap from Perry. Through the last corner now. Perry comes up to the line. Let's see what he can do. Open up DRS. Perry puts in 1:27.2, just behind his teammate. So it's a Toro Rosso 1-2 as Ross has given up. That's it for qualifying. With the 2 Toro Rossos in P1 and P2 and Jacob on the medium tires into P3. But it's a question if Jacob will be ready to start the race. He is in the session already, I see.
Yeah, he did join back, so let's hope the man in P3 can get back in.
Hopefully again, as there's a Toro Rosso retired at the end of Blank Curve. That's an interesting spot.
And there is a Ross taking forever because I think he's run out of fuel. If you retired now, Ross, we wouldn't give you a penalty for it, mate.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think he'd get a penalty for retiring now.
Everyone finished. But yeah, rules are rules, and he's respecting them, so that's good to see, but it's we can. I think we have to wait a full 30 seconds for him to turn back, or at least get back to the pits.
It depends. Is he going to go into the pits or is he just going to finish his lap? It annoys me so much when people go back into the pits.
He's
There's
going
no
back
point
into the
in
pits.
doing
It
it.
seems like.
It just takes longer. Oh, and he gets it slowed down for the pit entry.
Yeah, CRNG. I can't even do that time in TT. Yeah, I got the same problem.
That is Don Ammo, I believe.
Oh, that's alarm. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I can't even do that TT time.
Yeah, Rosa Jacob got back in. Don't worry about it.
I know the struggle. You know, when you're driving against Altair and STV Nolan and Fruitful, I just have those, faults every single week. They're producing times I can't even imagine producing.
Me and Dan were talking about this last night. It's going to be an interesting battle between the Ferraris, the Mercedes, and the Williams.
Yeah, it's looking quite promising. Let's see, we got Sergey in P1, Perry P2, Jacob P3 on the medium tire. We got Arbar, Ross, Dresse, DTN and Crowan on the soft tire. And then you've got Dan Robbo and Vermeer rounding off the top 10 on the medium tire as well. Those guys outside of the top 10 can of course choose whatever tire they want to start on. So
no, it just poses one question now, Thomas. Who's going to be the naughty boy this week? Who's going to press the button?
Who is going to... I think it's going to be Ross again. I think he never learns about not pressing X. I'm putting my money on Ross.
I'm going to say... Robin.
What do you think is going to be the best strategy, especially for the guys outside the top 10? Is it starting on the medium tire or is it starting on the hard tire? Which would you prefer to do?
I think the medium tire's going to be the optimal tire to start on. Obviously, if you're starting on the hard, I think you're just going to fall too far back from the pack. And then when you pit the mediums, obviously you're going to be on a faster tire, but it's just not going to work out. So I think mediums for the guys outside the top 10, and obviously Jacob's got a massive advantage. It was Ross. It was Ross. Well
there
done.
he is. I called it. So, yeah.
What am I owing you then?
Yeah.
But yeah, mediums for the guys outside the top 10.
Yeah, I think mediums is the best call.
Medium to hard, because I'm not sure the mediums will last long enough.
Yeah, if you want to keep up with the quick guys in front, you need to be on the mediums.
Maybe Two-Spell could do it, because he is the tyre management wizard.
He is, and he is the penalty wizard as well.
He is the penalty wizard, so... As was said, the Fallen, Matty Robbo and Two-Spell all taking gambles on the hard tyre, with everyone else outside the top 10 on the mediums. So, as well as Dan Robbo and Varamir, and Jacob actually in the top 10, managed to qualify on those mediums. So
yeah, Matty, Two-Spell, Fallen on hards, on mediums, of course the guys who qualified on softs are on the soft tire. It's gonna be interesting to see what Sergey and Perry can do compared to Jacob, if they can really pull away. I think that's certainly one thing they need to do, pull away. Maybe one of the guys can be used as a little bit of a shield, a little bit of a defense to let the McLaren stay behind them. And I'm quite interested to see what Arbar can do, because he looked quite solid during qualifying. Of course he's behind Jacob, so maybe coming up to the line he can gain the position of the McLaren.
My favourite to win, Rosa, I mean, I'd love to say it's Dan, but I don't think it is. I'm gonna say Sergey.
I'm gonna give it to... Well, who's my favorite to win?
Yeah, favourite to win.
My favorite to win is one of the Ferraris. So I'm gonna give it to Dresse. I hope he wins. Because yeah, for the overall Constructors Championship that would be great. Who I expect to win is probably going to be Jacob.
Okay, interesting from you. Interesting. Yeah, Cookie says there is a sandstorm expected on the 14th lap, so we'll have to watch out for that.
So hopefully we can still see everyone on track.
Interesting conditions to drive through, and that two spell. No, that was Roland had an issue with the Fallen. Yeah. Oh.
So everyone lining up to the grid. So we're gonna start the Bahrain Grand Prix, and hopefully everyone can stay out of trouble coming into turn 1, which is a very tight hairpin, and we've seen a lot of chaos already. Oh, where is the camera view? I can't get a good view. 5 red lights. As it's away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Not yet. I always have this. Away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's see.
Very long at the lights, it seems.
Good start from the Toro Rossos. Is Arbor gonna go down the inside? No, he's not. Is Jacob gonna go round the outside of Perry? Nope, can't make it.
It's two spell with damage at the back.
Oh no. The true red both lost
avoids
out.
It. Robin avoids the damage.
Jacob.
Roland is down 4 places with no damage. That's
Jacob got pushed down by Arbor on the soft tires. He's now up to P3, so Jacob lost the position. Of course on the medium side. And then Robo made a really good start on the mediums as well, together with Dan. And Dresser, he held on to P6. So really good job from both of our drivers. Now let's see what Sergey can do. He almost pulled away 1 second already compared to Perry.
And now I just wonder, is Perry going to be the man to hold back Arbar and let Sergey run away with this race?
I think Perry wants to push on for the win as well. I think, of course, he's a really good team player, as well as Sergey. But I think if they both got the chance to win, they will fight each other. Don't know if they're in a party together, to be honest.
I know Sergey doesn't talk much.
So I reckon that's a
You
no.
have had him in for an interview, so I don't think there will be.
True, yeah, fair enough. Let's see if someone is close enough to make an overtake. Racer is looking really close to Fallen. Can he go for a move? Terrible camera angle. Can he go for a move down the inside? Nope, he can't. Perfodes is going for a move together with Medi Robo. And Robo now trying to get the switch back into the slipstream. He's gonna go for a late move. Nope, he isn't. As he stays in P17, and he won't be happy about that position. The R-bar is still really close. Perry still within a second as well as Jacob ran wide. Had a little bit of a moment there, but it's okay for now. He's still within a second, and Ross is losing touch with Stressy behind him. Stressy is trying to get past as Racer is going side by side with Fallen as he takes P12. Good move from Racer, and Robin takes the position as well. So two Mercedes cars together. As Robin is already going down the inside of Racer. I don't know if this is a multi-21.
I'm not sure if Robin is actually a Mercedes driver or, if I recall correctly, he's a Racing Point driver.
Yeah, he's taking the position of MP, but that's because he joined late, so he got the Mercedes selected. So it's not going to be a multi-21. But he took the position of Racer.
Nice to see him up 6 places already.
Oh, Ross. Ross is spun out of turn 1.
Back onto the circuit as well. That was.
Luckily he ghosted.
Ross.
And he dropped down to P14 on a soft tire, so it's not looking good for him. And with that, Tresse gained another position, but he's 1.6 seconds away now from the guys ahead of him. With Jacob, as there's yellow in sector 1. It's Perfodes.
And I think that spin is going to mean an early pit stop for Ross. I don't see his tyres lasting very much longer. now. Because I believe he spun once off the track and then wants to get back onto the racetrack. But we shall see how we can adapt a strategy from here.
It's a bit of a train for P2 at the moment, with Perry, Arbor and Jacob, as Dressy has to close the gap to the guys in front of him. Well, he's not doing it at the moment. He's got a little bit of pressure behind him from DTN in the Alfa Romeo Sauber.
Obviously, lap 4 now, DRS flaps open. It's just going to make it all that more harder for Jacob to get past Arbor, because he's got DRS himself from Peru.
Yep, it's the case for Jacob to wait for Arbor really to make an overtake, or for Arbor to make a mistake really to get past him, because he won't get past him on straight line speed, I reckon, unless Jacob is running ridiculously low downforce, but I don't think that's really the case. Svermir is fighting with Crowan. In fact, he got past Crowan for P9, the Racing Point driver on the medium tires, and he got past for P9.
Still riding on board with Jacob, trying to get that much closer to Arbor, almost a full battery for Jacob. It seems to be braking later than Arbor into that corner.
Yeah, he gained a little bit of time. He is doing it again. He's hitting those apexes, and you see Arbor is just not really hitting those apexes. He gets them a little bit, but he's losing time through the corners, and now this maybe is the time for Jacob to attack. He brakes late into the last turn, and he's really close enough to Arbor. He lost a little bit on the exit, but is he close enough to make a move? Of course, both get DRS, like you said last lap. It's an impossible job for Jacob to get past if Arbor gets DRS, and that's Robin out of the race. Lost it out of the last turn. That's a very interesting place to lose it.
I'll ride on board with a wizard and try and see what happens.
As Lewis got wing damage as well on the left hand side of his front wing. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe he touched Robin.
As you said, Steve, Ross is gone. That might be in the pits. I'm not sure. No, it's not. So he's dropped it somewhere.
Yellow in sector 1, so maybe he lost it at the same place, but this time he retired. Let's see now, Jacob is so close to Arbor, and he's closing in again in the braking zone. But Arbor is close enough to stay within the DRS of Perry, and that allows him to stay in front of Jacob.
No DRS for either of them. I think Jacob's just within the effective range of slipstream. And I don't think Arbor's going to have DRS now.
Nope. So this is the time for Jacob.
Oh no, he does.
On my screen, he
just
doesn't
got
have any
DRS. And Jacob's round the outside, able to brake later into that hairpin. These two so close now. Jacob stalking his prey, waiting to make the move.
As then in P7 is forming a little bit of a train behind him, with then Robbo, Vermeer and Crowan, as we have a lovely helicopter view. I wish I could select this view a lot more often, because this looks
Jacob
amazing.
has a lot more, Rosa. Jacob has a whole lot more ERS than Arbor. Arbor is down below 30%, Jacob has 86.
See, yeah, Arbor is pushing. Jacob is saving his ERS behind the Williams car, so this could be quite interesting as well. Maybe Jacob is waiting for the moment the soft tire runners go into the pits, and then he can push. Although he's using DRS now to close up to R-Bar. R-Bar, he will get DRS on the start finish straight as well.
So obviously it's coming up to that point. These worn softs from qualifying and now into the race will start to degrade. And Jacob might start to get an advantage on these guys. As Crone is the first man into the pits. But didn't have damage, I believe. So, and Lewis follows him in. So
look at this, by the way. Perry closed up to Sergey. Sergey pulled away 2 seconds at some point during this race. Well, he lost a little bit of pace, or Perry gained a little bit of pace, and this means he's back into the DRS window as well. So we've got 4 guys within 2 seconds. And it's looking like a usual tier 2 race again. Oh, Jacob! He lost it on a curb. Lost a little bit of time. Is he still within a second? Yes, he is. He's got DRS. That's his luck. He needs to gain a little bit of time back.
Me to see Sergey pit this lap.
And will he be able to? Will he be able to make it on the hard tires?
I think so. It shouldn't be too hard. Maybe tyres up at 75% on the rear tyres. When I practiced on the hard, they were going relatively long, but I don't think you could go from sort of before lap 5. Sergey staying out.
R-Bar's in.
R-Bar's in for a stop, yep.
So this is the moment for Jacob to push, to get inside the DRS window, as Perry tried to make a move on Sergey for P1. Wasn't able to do it, as Dan is holding on for P5 as well. Good job from the 4-hour driver. Both 4-hour drivers now P4 and P5 doing a really good job.
And if
Jacob,
these
he needs to push.
Battle, if Perry and Sergey can battle, then Jacob's going to be right on the back of him in no time. Both pit windows open for the Toro Rossos, and Jacob's still got a lot of life left in those tyres. So
yeah, look at how quickly he gained those meters back that he lost with Arbor going into the pits, because he's already 5 tenths.
Right on the back of Perry.
3 tenths it is, yeah, he's right on the back already. He can brake so much later. That's just the difference in tire life that you see on screen right now. And I think it's the case for at least one of the Toro Rosso guys to go into the pits, because otherwise the other Toro Rosso driver will lose a lot of time. I think if Sergey is not going into the pits, Perry will this lap. And if Sergey pits this lap, Perry will go the lap after, but he will definitely lose the position, I think, to Jacob, who's looking really thirsty to get back into P2, if not P1. Let's see what Sergey gonna do. Sergey is not pulling into the pits, so Perry is, like I said. And this allows Jacob to get into P2 and maybe think about an overtake on Sergey this lap, if not the next lap, when Sergey makes probably his pit stop of the race. And that promotes Dresse up into the last podium spot. He's up into P3 now.
Jacob's gained 4 tenths already this lap, coming up to the first sector split. Gaining and gaining on the back of Sergey.
Let's see Arbar. He is really close to Perry. Is Arbar gonna go for a move?
Oh, Jacob's get past.
Round the outside. Two overtakes at the same time.
Does that Toro? It does. The Toro Rosso. Rear left puncture. Rear left puncture on that Toro Rosso. Oh. The 5-second penalty to boot. He's going to lose so much time now. Sergey pushing those tyres. Just 1 lap more.
So that's a wrong strategy call from the Toro Rosso pit box. And with Arbar getting past Perry, although Perry is going for a move down the inside, Perry makes the move stick just before blank curve. So that's the Toro Rosso backup.
Going to have to be very careful now, not to get in the way of any of these guys.
Oh, Dresse got a puncture as well. Dresse with a left rear puncture as well.
Hard tyres, left rear. It's going. Dan Robbo in. The Fallen stays out. Dracer will have to come in. Can he get it slowed down?
Yeah,
Yes,
but Dracer, he didn't lose as much time as Sergey did because he got a puncture just before the last turn. So that was lucky for him. He puts on the hard tire.
I'm sure that Sergey's going to lose that 5-second penalty. I don't think it was very fair.
Yeah, it wasn't really an intentional corner cut.
So,
Sergey now, he still needs to get changed tires and he's already down into P14. Of course with the 5 seconds stop ago, which is very unfortunate. It's on the hard tire as well.
There goes my prediction for this race.
Yeah, out of the window.
I can't see Sergey being able to battle back for the win now. In a tough position.
Interesting to see, both Perry and Arbor going for the medium tire. So they're going for a definite 2-stop.
Yep, that is an interesting strategy call. They'll have to come in about 7 laps, 8 laps from the end and strap on a new set of softs and see how far it gets them. I believe this is the exact same strategy as Cookie pulled off last night.
And it worked for him.
Pitted a few laps later, yeah, of course it did. Did work out for him. I'm thinking very possibly Rosa. Very, very possibly.
Yeah, then for a podium, yeah, it's with his teammate getting a puncture, with Sergey in front of him getting a puncture, and with him now being into P2, I think he's got a really good chance, as well with Perry and Albar having to make another pit stop.
Yeah, it's really interesting strategy from the Toro Rosso and the Williams. I wouldn't expect to see that, because it's a safe one-stop. So, obviously those soft tyres can just climb back through, gain you tons of time back, but
yeah, and
is it gonna be worth it?
Yeah, we've got Roland, Medi Robo, Perry and Arbor now all together, and this is not what you want if you are Perry or Arbor, because they will lose a lot of time behind these guys, while Jacob and Dan have got a lot of clean air to get away from these guys.
Jacob's just got such a big lead now. I believe a pit stop will cost you say 25 seconds, around there. That was what Dan thought anyway, so 25 seconds. When Jacob pits, he's coming out behind pretty much only Perry, maybe Matty Robbo. Matty Robbo is gonna jump into maybe the lead of this race at some point. Oh well, I thought he would have if obviously Perry didn't get past, but Perry did get past, and now he's stringing a gap together. But it is looking likely that Jacob's going to win this race.
Yeah, Jacob is looking really promising for him right now, as Albar gets past Matty Robbo as well. So they're looking now get past Fallen, who is quite a little bit ahead of them. Svermer puts in a fast lap to the race with 1:41.0 on the hard tire, so definitely worth making a pit stop now, which will improve on your lap time.
Barabir rapid on the hard tire.
Yeah, I know from practice sessions that he did with Fruitful that Vermeer was looking quite promising, but he's down into P10.
But crucially,
so
he is one stopping.
He is one stopping though, yeah, true.
So Dan's going to pit and maybe come out behind Vermeer when Dan does pit, so and Jacob's in.
A race leader into the pits, lap 13 of the race. He's going for the hard tires.
Is Dan. Dan's coming in as well, following Jacob. Very smart decision, I'd say, from Dan.
Fallen continuing on the hard tire, of course. It's going to be interesting to see where Jacob will come out. Will he stay in front of Perry? Nope. Which is understandable, of course. These guys on fresh mediums. Is Arbor gonna get past as well? Yeah, just.
It was sort of similar to a moment Cookie had last night, coming out for his third stint on soft tyres, trying to get out in front of Steve and just couldn't do it. Nearly chopped his wing off in the process. So Jacob lucky not to have encountered something like that.
Yeah, he was not gonna take any risks. He knows that the guys ahead of him need to make a pit stop, and he is the one now who can just follow these guys, wait for them to go into the pits and then cruise through the victory, because I don't see anyone challenging him this race. As long as he can stay within the DRS, he's got nothing to worry about.
And ex-Spudhead, who's a friend of mine, is put in two spells. I think that's the only driver he knows in this tier. So.
Oh, fair enough, good reason. GS at the moment are not really any close battles so far. We only got these three guys together who are within a second of each other. Question is Arbar being able to make a move on Perry? He struggled before the pit stops as well to make a move.
I did see him just sort of pull out and have a look up the inside of Perry there. Obviously not able to get anything done with it. Jacob very late breaking into the hairpin. Faramir putting another fastest lap. Oh yeah, you know Dan, I suppose, yeah.
I've got the telemetry up from Arbar and it says he is down on fuel. So maybe this is the time for Arbar to save a little bit of fuel as well, because the icon is the symbol of the fuel is popping up and then going off again. So he's on the verge of being able to make it till the end of the race. Jacob again with late braking.
Very close to the back of Arbar.
Almost lost a bit of the front wing.
And I won't try and pronounce your name, but someone in chat said Jacob first, Dan second, and Varamir third.
Yeah, I think he's Dutch, so then it's Saifje.
Yeah, there you go then.
Yeah, this is more my territorial.
My good Dutch college. My good Dutch colleague, Thomas. Thanks for stopping by, Spud.
Yeah, nice you joined into the stream. Yeah, I think he's got a really good prediction with Jacob P1, then in P2. Don't know about Vermeer, because don't know where these guys will end up when they make the pit stop. But Jacob's going for a move down the inside of Arbar.
Jacob had to pull out and try and make a move there. Arbar braked so much earlier than him, and Jacob sort of had nowhere to go and had to move out.
Jacob just needs to play it smart. He's got everything to lose if he's going for a move. But with Perry and Arbar need to make another pit stop, they will fall behind Vermeer. But the guys of Jacob, and then Robbo, they don't have to make another pit stop. So talking about Dan, Robbo and Vermeer, they're really close together.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
If Crowan doesn't want a puncture, he's going to have to come in this lap.
Yeah,
those
he needs to pit this lap.
Soft aren't going to do anything for him. So that'll promote Dan eventually up to 4th.
Talking about Vermeer, making a move on Dan Robbo. And there's yellow in sector 2 and 3.
It was Matty Robbo, the Haas backwards.
Oh, did he lose it on blank curve? Yep.
He did lose it on blank curve, so
that's another position for Vermeer. Yeah, now it's looking quite promising for Saifje that he got this prediction right.
And Crowan is in, so that releases Dan to just cruise along and wait for Perry and Arbar to pit and hopefully make up time as these mediums reach the end of their lifespan. Or their effective lifespan, should I say.
Yeah, I expect those guys on the mediums to go out on the softs, I reckon.
No,
Well,
Dan didn't get a penalty, Rosa. No.
let's see, because they're catching Fallen as well, who's on 15 lap all hard, so it's probably gonna be time for him to start thinking about making a pit stop.
No, just talking to a few of the guys from obviously this tier and other tiers. They've said the hards feel really good, so I know Cookie pulled off 2-stop and 1 last night, but crucially, if those hards are feeling good, I can't see why Jacob's not going to be able to, and Dan behind isn't going to be able to benefit from that.
This is the time for Albar, sorry to interrupt you. This
Yeah,
is the time for Albar to go down the inside and take P2 of Perry, or is Perry holding around the outside? Yes, he is. Great defending from the Toro Rosso driver. Going side by side now up to turn 3.
Obviously the outside of turn 1, coming the inside of turn 2 there, helped Perry a lot. Perry's going to have the inside into the S's. This is dangerous. Dangerous territory.
Yeah, Albar needs to back out of it. Great defending, great driving from both the drivers. As Vermeer and Jen going side by side. Oh, the Ferrari going deep. And the Racing Point needs to defend. Those guys going forward as well with Dan Robbo behind them. Three-way battle for, I reckon, the last 2 podium spots. With Perry and Arba needing to make another pit stop. I think this is for P2 and P3. Vermeer loses it. Vermeer loses it on exit.
Oh no.
Didn't get any damage, but he needs to do a little bit of backup racing now. As the gap is more than a second, so he's out of DRS and low on ERS. So it's not looking good for Vermeer at this point.
Yeah, 1.6 now back of the spinning Haas of Dan Robbo, shall I say.
Look at this.
Jacob getting closer and closer to Arbar. He sticks with the outside. He knows Arbar's going to go up the inside.
Oh, Jacob!
Jacob.
And that's wing damage. Right hand side wing damage for Jacob.
Right plate gotten for Jacob, yeah. That crucially could be the end of his race. He was braking so much earlier as well.
Like I said,
so early into that corner.
Like I said, he had everything to lose. He knew Arba was gonna go for a move. You know Perry was gonna brake very early to get the switchback, or at least defend it as much as he could. And that lost Jacob his right hand plate. But with Dan on 12.3 seconds behind him, I think he is good enough to stay in effective P1.
The question is for Jacob now. Do you stay out?
I think so.
Do you stay out, give it 2 laps on these tyres and then come in, change your wing, try and push the softs till the end?
It would spice things up if he makes the pit stop as well, because that would promote Dan into P1 with Dan Robbo behind him in P2 very closely and Vermeer into P3. And we will see a very interesting fight at the end of the race.
Jacob has to lift through blank curve now.
Yeah, he will lose.
Running wide on exit and getting a penalty.
He will lose time to Dan now. It's going to be interesting to see what the gap will look like the end of next lap, to see how much time we will lose. And Vermeer already closed up to Dan Robbo as he made his way up to P6, but Dan Robbo is going to make the switchback work. No, he isn't. Waiting for the DRS. Will he get DRS? Yes, he will. Vermeer going for defensive line. Dan Robbo going round the outside. Can he make the move stick? It's looking like it. Whoa, what a move from Dan Robbo round the outside of Vermeer. Great driving from the Haas driver.
And the battle in between Dan and Vermeer, Dan Robbo and Vermeer, is just letting Dan get away.
Yep.
It's giving Dan such a great opportunity to pull away. And Perry, crucially, almost within a second of fallen. So, will Perry have DRS on the next run down the pit straight?
He's within a second now, so I think he will. But I think Fallen will go into the pits on this lap.
Yeah,
Or
it's
is he
very
waiting?
possible. Come
Or
back
is he
out
waiting for the
immediately.
softs? Yellow in sector 2.
I believe that's Matty Robbo. It was just after the sector 1 split in the S's.
He's having a hard time.
Poland stays out.
And Perry
And
with
so does
DRS.
Jacob. So
Yeah, but Jacob is not losing any time to then. The gap is still 12 seconds. So, Rosa, I
Jacob
answered your
needs to worry
question
about
just
now.
before you sent it. Nope, Jacob is not losing time to Dan. So,
But he is losing time to Arbar and Perry.
yeah, he is, but
This will
those two
benefit.
guys still need to make a pit stop. So I think he's good for now. As Vermeer goes down the inside of Dan Robbo once again. And is Dan Robbo unable now to get the P6 back from him? Let's see, round the outside, he chooses it once again. This time he has no chance. So Vermeer now up to P6.
And now a train forming behind the four, and Perry's gonna try and get something done.
Around the outside. It's not gonna work, Perry. Oh, watch out for your front wing.
And I think that might be a little bit of wing damage. Might not be noticeable on the car, but you never know.
Oh, Jacob picks up 3
Jacob
seconds.
on the outside, blank curve, 3 seconds.
Perry's gonna go for it already. Before the DRS window. He's taking it.
As Fallen peels in, Perry's in
Perry
as well.
as well.
So Arbar stays out.
Albar has to stay out. Because otherwise you would have double stacked with Fallen. So
Of course,
Albar
yeah.
going for the overcut. Perry going for the soft tires, which is very obvious choice.
Dan gets past Faramir, Dan Robbo as well. Will Dracer get past? He will. DTN as well. There's a lot of places for those guys to make up. A lot of overtaking to do in these last 8 laps or so.
You know, you got like the from P3 till like P9, it's really close. So I see the soft guys making up those positions, but Jacob will be too far away. What's gonna be interesting is if they can take the podium spots of these guys with Dan and Vermeer. But the prediction from Saivi is looking really promising so far. Because if Arbar makes his pit stop, he's got it spot on.
I just wonder, does Arbar think he can make it?
I think he's going in this lap. If not, he's gonna try to make
The
it.
window isn't open,
He's coming in.
but he is coming in. Yep, so
Jacobs takes the lead.
retains the lead that he did have. And Dan will also be passed, as well as Varamir. Varamir has DRS on Dan as well, down the pit straight.
Gonna go for a move.
Pulls
Yes,
to the
he is.
inside. Dan stays around the outside.
Vermeer gets the better exit with DRS. I don't think he's close enough to make a move. Nope, he isn't.
Just a short straight, that second DRS straight,
Yeah.
not long enough. Really. If they were going to add a DRS straight, I would have put it down the massive back straight, but evidently not.
Yeah, that will be
That was the start
quite a
line.
good one. 4 DRS
Obviously,
zones.
Obviously, Formula One feel that it's much better the way it is. Varamir, with his nose almost in Dan's gearbox, that was
Rosa
interesting.
tell Dan he can use max power. And Vermeer is pushing to get past the Ferrari. As Dan Robbo has to leave a little bit of a gap, so he's probably out of contention.
Perry and Arba are both past DTN, so it's one less position to make up.
And Perry is looking to get past the Ferrari of Dressé as well.
Now let's see if Dracer can just do a bit of team play.
Vermeer down the inside, so Dan makes an early move to get back into the slipstream again. But that's Vermeer up to P2, then down to P3. As Perry makes a move round the outside of Dressé, moved on. That's Perry up to P5.
And just for Dan's sake.
Oh, yellow
really
sector 1. Oh, it's Sergey! Sergey's off with wing damage. A disaster of a race once again for the Russian driver in the Toro Rosso.
I wonder if there was an incident with Crowan, or maybe Roland. It is Roland. Roland has wing damage, his right end plate is off. So
Disaster of a race for Roland once again as well. This Crowan is gonna get past. Nope, not on this corner. Focusing back on the battle for the last 2 podium spots.
Dan's only saving grace now will be Dan Robbo, and how long Dan Robbo can keep Perry behind.
I think Dan will lose out on a podium.
5 laps and Dan's gonna have the tyre advantage on Perry, because those softs just degrade so quickly around here.
Then just enough to get back, or to stay in the DRS window I should say. He's closing up now to the back of Vermeer as Perry puts in the fast lap of the race. Not close enough yet to make a move on Dan Robbo, but I think on the next lap it's game over for Dan Robbo. So let Perry go through, and then it's gonna be interesting to see if Perry can get past Dan as quickly as she did, getting past the other Ferrari driver.
Coming across the line, these softs are going to be 4 laps old. And the gap between Dan, Robbo and Dan is almost 3 seconds. It's a question of, will Perry be able to a lot of the positions and the time on Dan with those warm softs?
That's gonna be very interesting to see.
Dan
As
Robbo
Perry goes for a move, but then Robbo holds it round the outside, going through blank curve. Oh, watch out guys. Oh, they make contact.
Dan's going to try and come back at Perry and nudges Perry off the track.
This is very hard defending, and then in the forum we'll be happy to see this.
Dan Robbo has maybe snuck DRS on Perry down the back straight, down the pit straight. No, he hasn't. Perry's wing opens up. Dan keeps the inside, but Perry's pulling away.
Perry pulling away now, and the gap is 3 seconds with 4 laps to go, including this one. It's 5 laps.
Magically, Dan just gained time on Perry. Gained about 1/100th of a second on Perry. And now Perry starts to come back through the fiddly middle sector. 3/10 already. So much more grip on those red stripe soft tyres.
But the grip will drop off. But will it drop off before he gets to the Ferrari, or after he gets past the Ferrari? That's gonna be the big point here at the closing stages of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Well, we saw that Perry's very good towards the end of the race on those soft tyres in Abu Dhabi. Tier 3 last season, hunting down Cookie. I'm not sure how old those softs were, but I'm sure it's creeping up towards how old they were and how old the effective life of those softs is. 5 laps old now.
The gap stayed the same through sector 2 and sector 3. He gained 3/10 in sector 1, but he's already equaling out now. So is this the time where the soft tires lose their grip, lose their pace? Because Arbar is still stuck behind Dressé as well. He's not able to get past, and Dressé is looking to get past Dan Robbo.
No penalties for 2, 3, 4 or 5 Matrix. Or indeed Dracer. Dracer doesn't have penalties either. The same, so it's going to be tight. It's going to have to be done on track. Perry closed up 7/10 in the
yeah, fair
first
enough.
half of the lap.
He made me look like a fool what I just said. Arbar looking to get past Dressé, but Dressé, he's got DRS on Dan Robbo as well, so it will be impossible for Arbar to get past unless he's got a massive speed advantage as he touched the back of the Ferrari car. Luckily he didn't get wing damage, but he's very low on ERS. Dressé as well, Dan Robbo as well, so that's not an advantage for one of these guys. But is Dressé fast enough to get past the Haas? That's gonna be interesting to see. Dan Robbo already going to the defensive line. Dressé is gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. He has to go around the outside. Is he gonna go for a move? Yes he is, braking late. Round the outside. Turns into the inside for the next turn. Job done for the Ferrari, gets just in front, needs to go for the defensive line, which he doesn't. Is Arbar gonna go for a double move? The Williams! Oh, the Williams! The Williams is off! No PSA, the oil on. That promotes the Ferrari up to P5, then Robo down to P6, and Arbar still in P7 with his teammate really closely behind. Great battle for P5, and Perry closed up.
If Cookie in chat wants to tell me how long his softs lasted before they went off yesterday, that'd be much appreciated, mate. Because I'm sure Perry's are starting to get up there. And it will only have 2 laps to do it.
I think those hard tires will still feeling very good. And I think those soft tires will be starting to scream right now. Because on what lap did we see the puncture from Sergey? Was it lap 10?
Lap 9, I believe.
Lap 9. So he's got 2 more laps now before they are in puncture territory. So I think this is the case where the soft tires are as fast as the hard tires right now.
And I think maybe with all the pushing that Perry's doing, Cookie says his tyres started feeling off 6 laps in.
Oh yeah, so this is the time.
And I think with all the pushing that Perry's doing, he might well be getting into puncture territory already. So
yeah, I think the only thing he needs to do is get in that 1 second window, because I think he's got the straight line speed to get past the Ferrari, but it's still 3/10 that he needs to gain.
Dan saving ERS, crucially in the middle sector, and then burning it on the straight.
Smart tactic, but 2/10 now. Very.
And I think if Perry gets DRS in the first 2 straights, then this race could be over, and Perry could take the final podium spot away from Dan. But can Dan, in hot lap mode, keep him out? He does just. Perry will not have DRS down this main straight.
This is going to be crucial. As Dan Robbo and Arbar going side by side now on the start finish straight. Arbar getting past Dan Robbo.
Perry won't have DRS on the second straight, I don't think either. Oh no, he might. He might. I don't think he does.
Yes, he has DRS.
He does.
Oh, this is crucial.
Dan keeps it solid. Gap still over 1 second.
I don't get it, but Perry is not in hot lap. He's got 30%. He can push
Got the DRS to
whatever he
burn.
wants.
Dan hasn't, and I think he might. He will. He's just got DRS down this back straight.
Well, I think he won't be close enough.
He's in overtake. Dan's in hot lap.
Oh, DTN is off. Is it a puncture for DTN?
It could be. That. It looks like it's trundling. I think it is. Rear right, maybe.
So Vermeer's lucky because
rear left puncture.
he's on the same amount with Perry 610s. He's not close enough.
Jacob comes across the line.
Oh, you completely missed it.
Win.
Great stuff. Vermeer coming down the line as well, P2. And then just holds on for P3. Dressé, the Ferrari driver, holds on for P5. Arbar P6, then Robbo P7, Fall and P8. And Toespel, the dark horse, taking another point after what was looking like a very disappointing race for him. Takes the final point of this race, and DTN is struggling. Yeah, he spun. Such a shame for DTN, who was looking to get a point in this race. He's now retired.
He's parking up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's giving
retired
up
on track. I don't think there'll be a penalty for
No,
that.
this is
He didn't want to
understandable.
make us wait, poor lad.
Roland and Matty Robber going for a fight. Just for pride. Just for pride. Oh, Matty. Matty Robber was going for it. Yeah, Roland weaving, he knows. And those were the last two guys to finish.
I think Dan's going to get driver of the day.
He gained a lot of positions. I'm gonna give it to Dan 100%. He drove a brilliant race. You can invite those three guys to the party, by the way, Pure Blaze. That will be lovely.
Doing it now, mate.
Everyone who's in the chat and is not following Contos or Speed so far, please drop a follow. If you want to subscribe, that would be awesome as well. To spell in, I got a point, so he's happy.
Whoa, Cookie, what's the hate for Dan?
"35 viewers, that's really good amount of viewers in the stream. Amazing you guys tuned in for tonight's race, lovely stuff. Primary joint.
I will make sure to ask him that, Cookie. Please let me ask him that, Thomas.
Yeah.
Please.
Shots fired by Cookie. Waiting for all the guys to join as well. Bit unfortunate of Ross and Robin not being able to, or together with TTN, not being able to make the end of the race, which is a shame for them. Waiting for Jacob now to join as well. Guys who are in the party already, make sure your audio is allowed to be shared, but I think you guys got it already. As we waiting for Jacob, we can already start with RP3. Then
It's been too long, hasn't it?
really good drive from you, finally back with another podium. Yeah, qualified P11. but with a great strategy call, made his way up to the podium. Yeah, did you expect? You already said you were feeling quite confident, but did you expect the podium today, or was it a big surprise for you as well?
No, I wanted the podium. I said beforehand, I think I said to Blaze last night, if I didn't get a podium, I wasn't going to be happy.
He did, and very, very nice to have you here.
Yeah, great. No, I did. I wanted the podium, but as much as I would have been disappointed without one, top 5 I would have been happy with. Especially when I saw Varamir charging out of nowhere. Just this pink rocket coming from so far back that, I thought, no, I'm going to get overtaken by him, and then Perry and Arvar are going to come back through. But it worked out. Back on the podium.
It worked out. Yeah, were you quite scared of Perry getting power shoe, or was it just a case of saving your ass and waiting for the last lap to burn everything off?
Oh no, I burned it all off before that. So I had Mitch in the bike. I was like, "Tell me when he's close enough. Just keep telling me where he is every time over the start finish line." So he's 1.8, 1.5, 1.3. Oh, you kept him out of DRS by 200ths. Like, oh no.
Yeah, you were.
Until the last time round. But...
It was really crucial that you had to keep him out of DRS until the last lap, but you had no chance on the last lap to make an overtake. So that's a really good job. Pure Blaze has got a question for you as well. So
a question from everyone's favourite Tier 3 driver, in fact, Cookie.
Yeah.
Did you have a nosebleed being that high up? Being that high up in the race, or?
I mean, he's one to talk, isn't he, with his finishing record?
Yeah, well.
I noticed him watching my personal stream as well.
Was he?
My one viewer.
If I'd have known, mate, I would have been lurking you, so.
Wow.
I only found out when I invited you, so.
But, in answer to his question, no, it was nice to not have the bends from being so deep in the pack.
Really good job. Congratulations, RP3 man. Really good, solid job for Ferrari as well. I'm happy with that one.
Yes.
Going on to our Racing Point driver Vermeer. Yeah, good job from you. You were looking to get a podium anyway until the last few laps, where you're really making inroads, gaining positions left, right, and center. But on 21 lap old hard tires, were you scared of getting a puncture with Sergey and Drescher already got punctures already? DTN on the last lap as well. Were you scared of it happening to you as well, or were you feeling quite confident to make it to the end of the race?
Yeah, I was on 89%, so they were going to go off any sort of extra meter. But I just thought, if I don't push now, then I'd have just regretted it. And I had such a disaster to the start of my race. Like, I went turn 1, I had wing damage, and then just tried to stick with Dan Robbo and X427. Managed to drag it out till, I don't know what lap it was. Was it lap 9 or 10?
You stopped lap 9, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lap 9, yeah. And then, yeah, just from there, I just thought, right, let's just go for this. And I was shocked I got P2, to be honest. I thought I was going to be P8 or P7.
Yeah, really good job. Looking to our next race, that's gonna be Canada. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Canada? Looking quite solid, having good pace, or working on it for next week?
Canada. I think with Canada, it's more for me. I've got the pace. It's just keep the penalties low and just need to sort out my qualifying. If I'm honest, I feel really good in all the races, but my qualifying is just dreadful.
Yeah, at least you know what to work on. So yeah, really good job. Congratulations on the P2, man. Really solid job and some good points for Racing Point. Then going on to our P1, Jacob, once again the race winner, extending the lead in the championship at Tier 2. Going for the qualifying on the medium tires, almost the only one in the top 10 to do it. I think Mehdi Robo went for it as well. But yeah, on the medium tire, made it work, got wing damage during the race, but made it to the end. Yeah, tell us about it, mate, about your race.
It's been a bit of a nightmare this afternoon with my internet's been very temperamental recently, and dropped out, lo and behold, during qualifying. So there was that mad panic of trying to reset the router and then join back into the lobby and then get onto the start line. I was really happy with my qualifying lap, really. I mean, I'd take that all day, and I tried to set the best lap I could on the mediums with the thinking that if I was too far down the grid, then I'd go for a quality lap on the softs, but I was high enough up. I knew it was going to be tricky at the start. R-Bar got past me, but then was able just to sort of hang on to them and just wait for their tyres to drop off. It's always just so tempting once you just know you've got more grip to try and send one up the inside or do something or get too close and outbrake yourself. And I was a bit careless on a couple of corners where I just outbraked myself or braked a little bit later than R-Bar in front of me, and then ended up having to take evasive action. And then same thing sort of happened on the mediums, but I wasn't so lucky. Perry was in the way and went into the back of him. I mean, I was a bit concerned because I think I got quite a few penalties. So when I saw Varamir sort of storming up behind me, I was sort of feeling the heat a little bit, thinking that I could be under a bit of pressure if he was completely clean. But a messy race, really. I could have made it a lot easier for myself, but I'm not complaining. I'm over the moon with another win.
Yeah, really, really solid job. Now we're starting to see the little bit of the names who can challenge for the championship. Do you think you can actually win the championship this season, or do you still think that the guys, the likes of Faramir and Sergey and Perry, will turn up and start to challenge you, or do you think this championship is going to be yours?
Oh, I don't know about that, Thomas. I'll take it one race at a time. Like Varamir says, he's got the pace in the race. I was shocked when I saw him starting P11. I'm not gonna lie, because I just knew he had sort of pace, if not better race pace than me. Sergey, I don't know what happened to him, but I mean, obviously, the longer the season goes on and the longer these performances go on, the more I'll start to think maybe this could be my year. But for now, I'm going to keep my feet firmly on the ground, looking to Canada.
Yeah, really solid job, and congratulations on another win. Really solid job. So that rounds off this Tier 2 stream. I want to thank everyone for watching and tuning in once again. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Tier 1 race, and you tune in Thursday when I'm gonna commentate as well on the American tier. So thank you once again for doing the commentary with me. It was a pleasure as always.
Hey, every week, mate. Pleasure as always.
And like I said, make sure you tune in. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you guys back next week. Goodbye.